Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi joined hundreds of protesters at the National Assembly in Abuja to oppose the Senate's amendment of the Electoral Act. The protest, tagged Occupy the National Assembly, was organized by the Obedient Movement and other pro-democracy groups over the removal of the phrase real-time from provisions on the electronic transmission of election results. The Senate last week passed the Electoral Act 2022 Amendment Bill 2026 through third reading. Critics say deleting real-time weakens safeguards against manipulation ahead of the 2027 general elections. Although the Senate insists it did not reject electronic transmission outright, protesters argue the amendment leaves room for post-election interference. Carrying placards reading "Our votes must count" and "No to electoral robbery," the demonstrators marched from the Federal Secretariat to the National Assembly. They were, however, stopped by heavily armed security operatives, including the police, the army, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and were forced to hold the protest outside the complex. Addressing journalists at the protest ground, Peter Obi warned that credible elections remain critical to Nigeria's stability and development.
Our demands about the amendment is simple. Let us have an amendment that allows first, let no qualification of people who want to contest the election. And that qualification must be advertised. So if anybody says, I went to this primary school, I went to this secondary school, I went to this university, people are supposed to know about that. And that process has to continue through party primaries and everything. And finally, the election must be transmitted electronically from the polling booth direct. We don't want any point any longer.
Electronic transmission of result is sacrosanct. It is not something that it is not whether Senate likes it. The Senate must do it, and that's it. We as the employers of the members of the National Assembly, we are saying to them, we want electronic transmission of results, and the National Assembly has the power to pass it into law.
We challenge the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, to do the needful. I mean, this is what Nigerians want.
What we want is direct transmission in real time. Put it on the server in real time. Not where a situation where you now transfer it. Transfer means from stage to stage.
Access 24 News Abuja correspondent Jumoke Owolabi reports that other protesters accused the lawmakers of undermining democratic reforms and vowed to sustain the demonstrations until the National Assembly reverses the amendment.